Okay, so today in this lesson we're going to be talking about the properties of water and why it's important to life on Earth. So to begin, what makes water so important? Well, in fact, it's actually the driving force to why our planet even exists, with life upon it, and why we exist as humans. In fact, if water didn't exist on the planet Earth, we would resemble more of the other rocky planets such as Mercury, Venus, and Mars. Did you know that Mars would actually be considered inhabitable had we been able to find water on it? Some personal evidence of why water is so important to humans. Did you know that humans are actually made up of 60% water? That's a lot of water. So, now that we know why water is important, what are the properties that make it so important? Two of water's most important properties are its heat capacity and its heat of vaporization, with heat capacity being water's ability to store heat and the heat of vaporization being the amount of energy it takes for water to change from liquid to gas. Have you ever thought about why you specifically need a rolling boil to cook pasta? That is because without a rolling boil, you aren't truly at the hottest temperature water can get. This is caused by both of these properties of water. Heat of vaporization is also a contributing factor to what causes our bodies to sweat, which is a natural cooling process. Another important property of water is the density of ice and the freezing properties of water. Did you know that ice actually expands as it freezes? Did you know that ice is actually less dense than water and that's why it floats? These are just a couple of properties of ice that contribute to water. There are several more. Water is the foundation of all life, but it is also the molecule that destroys all inorganic molecules' bonds. Water is considered the universal solvent in chemistry simply because it does almost exactly that, dissolve everything. In most objects that exist outdoors, such as roofs and the paint on cars, these objects are designed almost solely in a way to survive this property of water. In chemistry, they often say that water shapes our society, but with this property, it also shapes the way we live as well. Have you ever done a belly flop in a swimming pool? If you have, then you've experienced firsthand the property of surface tension in water. Surface tension is the ability of a liquid to sustain its shape after being acted on by an external force, and water has a very high surface tension. This high surface tension is what causes the rock-hard landing of a belly flop. However, it also is taken advantage of by animals to perform some truly amazing things, such as literally walking on water. One example of animals taking advantage of surface tension is the green basilisk or Jesus Christ lizard. This lizard uses the surface tension of water as well as its long tail to literally run across the water, which is likely an evolutionary adaptation. Alright, and that wraps it up for this lesson. Stay tuned in the future for some more chemistry lessons from me.